Well, hello, welcome once again to our Everything for Rugby preview ahead of the last weekend of the November Internationals. It's coming to an end, sad, eh?
Oh, I've had an amazing month with you, mate.
Oh, thanks very much. Emotional times. There is, of course, the Barbarians game next week. Also, if you are playing rugby this weekend, then make sure you get the latest bits and pieces, whether it's your bits of strapping or other bits of healthcare kit from our content sponsor, Physique, who've been part of everything we've been doing this month. You can get 10% off through E4R. Right, let's run through the fixtures then. We're starting Friday night, actually, 8 o'clock. It's Hong Kong against Canada. Why is that relevant, Tom?
It's the last spot in the World Cup.
It
Don't
is.
Ask me anything about the Hong Kong team, because I don't know anything.
Germany are playing Kenya that night as well. You do know something about Germany?
Yeah, Mike Ford is their coach. It's interesting, actually, isn't it? The translation from sevens, Kenya are obviously pretty good at sevens, not quite managing to get it on the 15 stage at the moment.
Yeah, so between Canada and Hong Kong for that last spot. Good luck to both of them. On Saturday then, Italy against New Zealand. I'll be on commentary for that one in Rome.
Another tough gig.
It is, yeah, another one I'm struggling through. There might be some rain though, terrible. Sperandio is in for Bellini, who injured his shoulder in last week's game. Interesting, I've spoken to a top referee for any of you that watched that Italy-Australia game. Tito Tebaldi's score should have stood. The referee I spoke to also thought that Pocock was guilty for an obstruction. That's a 14-point swing in that game. No wonder Conor O'Shea was furious. In terms of the Kiwis for that game, they've kept Kieran Reid, Barrett, McKenzie, Surveyor. You like the look of the centre partnership?
Yeah, Leonard Brown, the offload king, again, another one. Sonny Bill Williams, obviously, and they've got Leonard Brown to lean on, and Lau Mape, who comes in at 12. He is an absolute beast.
Yeah, and another big lump in the back row for Fita.
Yeah, he's in sensational form,
Yeah.
isn't he? How they can actually not pick him initially, I don't. For someone of that quality, remember the first couple of caps that he got. He just literally
Monstered.
ripped it up.
Yeah.
So they'll be looking for another big performance from him, no doubt, this weekend.
Yeah, so that one's taking place in Italy. Then Scotland-Argentina is the next one out of the blocks. Adam Hastings to 10, Finn Russell moves to 12.
Yeah, interesting. I think it's a big call. I think Pete Horne has. He didn't struggle, but I don't think he's their answer at 12. So they're taking this as an opportunity to see how those two go in those playmaking roles. They've got some good backs to play around with.
Have Scotland lost the horn?
They've got semi-horn. They've still got George.
Oh, they have got George, yeah.
Bit of the horn.
That's excellent. Gonzalo Bertrano at 9, and the 24-year-old is in there at scrum half. Then the Argentinians' last win was middle of September, and they've lost their last 4. So how they will get on at Murrayfield is anyone's guess. Then after that, it's England against Australia. Big game. A fair few changes made by Eddie Jones. Hughes and Tuolangi to come back. Centre partnership back together of Teo and Slade. How do you like the look of it?
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting looking side. I'm excited to see how they go. Clearly, they're looking to try and bounce back from the mistakes of the first 40 minutes last week. I think what a good positive to take is the fact that they managed to find a way out of it. And it might have taken a bit of a rocket up a few backsides, but they managed that. And it was a decent international win. I think there was some people that put their hands up. Coconasinger gets another shot, and now from where England were a while back, where you'd think we're lacking a bit of power, suddenly you've got Coconasinger, Teo, and Manu Tuolangi if he manages to last the next 2 days.
Yeah, if he could make it from team naming to the game. In terms of Australia, you like the look of Jordan Patai, who was named last week. He then picked up a little hammy before the game, so he didn't play. Don't know whether he'll make it. Australia team not named as we record this. Betty, if he's in, he picked up 2 tries last week. He will do the business. Interesting, Adam Ashley Cooper, he had a good game. They might have the Foley combination with Tamua. They switched them from 10 and 12 last week.
Yeah, that was quite weird, wasn't it, to switch them around in that manner and have them in that. You wouldn't necessarily have them in that order, but it's something that Cheika's obviously trying to play around with pre-World Cup. I wonder whether they'll revert to type though for this fixture. It's obviously a massive fixture. Don't think we're the most popular, the English, with the Australians. So
you say?
Yeah. Well, they absolutely hate us.
Yeah. But interesting, you've got that sort of ball player 12 and then a bigger lump in Karevi at 13, whereas England look to go for more of the barn door smashing 12 with a bit more flair at 13. So a sort of mix of styles.
A mix of styles, and obviously it's only set piece where you actually should fill in those positions. Yes, there's a system that those players will fit in between. Maybe Eddie Jones sees those outsider channels, having a decision maker in that 13 channel, being able to set those runners free, something that works better for his team.
Yeah, okay, moving on then, 3 games to go. Wales against South Africa is the next game on Saturday. Wales, who've been going very well and are looking pretty strong. One change to the Australia side. It's Halfpenny is out, Liam Williams is in, Halfpenny out with concussion.
Australia side, mate, he's Welsh.
Well, did I say to the Australia side?
It's been a long month with him.
One change.
Painful
to the side that played Australia.
Sorry.
You know what I mean. And South
Apologies.
Africa, they've well, out of their last 10, they've won 5, lost 5. That includes losing and beating the rugby championship sides in Argentina and New Zealand, and you know the score. But yeah, incredible inconsistency from the Springboks. They'll be looking to sort that out.
They will be looking to sort that out. Some of the rugby they put together last week in Edinburgh was sensational. So I think that obviously they suffered at the hands of England, but I think they sort of bounced back and they're looking pretty sharp at the moment. I love the look at the Welsh team, looking really strong. Lydiate, Tipuric and Moriarty in the back row. You can't complain too much about that, can you?
No, you certainly can't. So that's that game down at the Principality. Then Ireland against the USA. Ireland, who have recently beaten New Zealand, as we know. What a performance
Called
that
it,
was. Yeah, we called it the other way. But yeah, incredible. I mean, they've beaten New Zealand, Argentina, Italy, Australia twice in the summer, of course, before they lost that first one. The USA have beaten Romania, Samoa, Canada, Scotland, Russia, Uruguay, Brazil, Chile, and Canada again. Now they're on a 10-game winning streak, so you know one of these teams has got to lose this weekend.
Yeah, and Ireland have made a wholesale change. Only Gary Ringrose makes the cut.
Yeah.
All the rest of them are that bad. They've all been dropped.
Yeah.
But you know they've still got a huge amount of experience. Ruddock, Henderson's still in there.
Carberry starting at
Geordie
10.
Murphy. You know they've got players that know what they're doing. So this is still going to be a strong Irish side to take on the States. But it'd be interesting to find out exactly where United States are as a team against one of the top world teams at the moment.
Yeah, okay. Then we conclude the weekend with France against Fiji. That one's the 8 o'clock kickoff. Last weekend's win against Argentina was France's first win since beating England in March. Look at the French squad.
They should be doing better than they are. I think that's the frustrating thing when you're a French supporter. You look at the players they've got at their disposal. Perhaps they would like to have more of them playing frontline rugby. I think there's some good young players coming through. Bamba's on the bench, Dupont and Below as well. But you got to have a bit of excitement, haven't you, when you look at down that Fijian 15.
Yeah, 8 of them playing in France from Fiji. You know, you mentioned Kenya, one of those sevens teams that can't quite make it work as 15s. I mean, that's been a 20-30 year story for Fiji, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. It must be pretty frustrating. I think behind the scrum they're sorted. I think it's up front where they probably struggle. That structure, the platform to play off. And they're still missing the likes of Nemani and Adolo as well.
Yeah. Okay. Where are you this weekend?
I'm actually heading out to the Dubai Sevens.
Oh,
yeah.
All right,
But I'm over 35, so we play 10s.
Good, excellent. Well, whatever rugby you're enjoying this weekend, we hope you get an absolute head full of it, because there's going to be plenty of it to enjoy. I'll be in Italy and you'll be in Dubai. Great. We'll see you again soon.
See ya.